Hey, Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Wednesday. We are in the middle of the week, okay? We have made it halfway. Today is December 10th, okay? And also, I wanted to say 1010 could be very significant when it comes to the portal. For some of you guys who follow the portals, when it comes to like the 1010 portal, the 1111, 1212 portal, that kind of stuff, even like the 222. Some of you guys may see those videos on YouTube, and that could be confirmation, or that could be just a sign or synchronicity for some of you guys when it comes to like learning new things, or even when it comes to like, I guess, experiencing or trying new things on your spiritual journey, right? The only way we know what works for us is if we try something, okay? And if we don't know if we like it, you can't really say you don't like something unless you try it, right? Now, I understand that doesn't apply for everything, but there are certain things that you can try. So listening to binaural beats or frequencies and things like that could be very significant, but I'm going to jump right into it and see what messages do come out. And obviously take what resonates with you whenever you see it. If it doesn't apply, leave it alone, let it fly. Okay, so let's get started, guys. So Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective for December 10th? Please protect and guide the collective and let them know what messages they need to know. What messages are connected to the collective at this time? What clarity do they need for December 10th? And whenever they see this video, please protect and guide them at this time. So Spirit, what messages does the collective have for December 10th, please? What messages do you have for the collective for December 10th, Spirit? What do they need to know for December 10th, please? So the first two cards here, when it comes to this energy, right? We have here Seven of Pentacles and Eight of Swords. Okay, so for some of you guys, when it comes to what you're building, this could be growth, progress, longevity, meaning long term. Okay, some of you guys could be working towards something long term at this time, and you guys are putting a lot of work, a lot of energy, time, effort, a lot of it into it, right? So there is something about patience that's very significant for some of you guys, especially if you're seeing the number 7 equals, spirituality, tapping more into wisdom and being able to be more in introspection. So there's something about inner knowing, okay, intuitive studying, awakening spiritual gifts. Some of you guys could be, in this energy at this time, even when it comes to trusting in the divine timing that, you guys are going through certain obstacles or challenges, lessons, experiencing these things. But there's a reason why you need to learn the situations that you're going through. It's either to help somebody else, okay, in your community, or it's to help you and people closest to you, okay? So it's almost like you're the star seed. You are setting an example to people who technically should be setting an example besides just you, right? Especially if it's people who are older than you and say you're the younger generation, you could be setting an example to people, okay? So grounding yourself is very significant at this time. Perseverance is also significant too. Even when it comes to 7th house, this is talking about close and personal, partnerships. This could be romantic, this could be business, this could be anything, okay? So we also have Eight of Swords, okay? Jupiter in Gemini. For some of you guys, when it comes to Jupiter in Gemini, Jupiter talks about, expanding, right? So for some of you guys, when it comes to, your expansions and prosperities, some of you may feel trapped, okay? Some of you guys may feel like you were helpless, okay? But there is something about, you know, stepping out of that energy. For some of you guys, this could be mental. So you guys are releasing and stepping more into freedom. Okay. 8 talks about, stepping back into your power. So this could be leadership and success, right? Again, that's 888 if you're seeing that, but it's about you stepping into your power, stepping more into abundance. Okay. Abundance doesn't have to be money. It could be just being in a happier energy, putting your vibrations higher than it being a low vibration, right? So most of you guys don't want to be in this low vibrational state. You want to be in a high vibration. So for some of you guys, even like death and transformations are very significant at this time, right? Some of you guys could be going through a death and transformation. This could be like an ego death, or even death and transformation for some of you guys could be your environment or where you are right now in this time frame. Okay, so Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective at this time? What other messages do you have for December 10th, please? Thank you, Spirit. So for some of you guys are balancing your resources, okay? This is you being resourceful at this time. Even when it comes to like being flexible and adapting. Some of you guys could be in this energy where you guys could be stretching out your resources when it comes to, whatever it is that you're building at this time, right? So if some of you guys are working a job, right? Say you guys are working like 2 jobs, 3 jobs, they're all part-time. For some of you guys, it could be a full-time and a part-time job. Say you guys are working these jobs and, you could be stretching out your resources in that sense. Or for some of you guys, this could be loans. Okay, this could be borrowing money, things of that matter, right? For some of you guys are doing this because you need to, right? But know that you guys are balancing out this energy. You guys are flexible. Spirit sees that you guys are trying to be flexible in this current stage of your journey. Okay, no matter what the circumstances, everybody has something that they're going through. Okay, it just depends on how we, work it out, how we work through it, and how we get past it, right? So for some of you guys, when it comes to Jupiter, in Capricorn, some of you guys, Jupiter and Gemini, this could be your expansions on how you communicate and being more adaptable. This card is talking about being adaptable. Okay, so for some of you guys, this is perseverance, this is hard work. Okay, Capricorn energy talks about that, right? So you guys are stepping into this energy. I'm going to get another card to clarify. So Spirit, what does the collective need to know when it comes to 2 of Pentacles? Thank you. So yeah, King of Wands, leadership, okay, seeing the bigger picture, taking control, all right? So some of you guys, when it comes to visions, leadership, ambition, okay, financial success, you may have Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements in your chart, okay? Solar plexus talks about I can. So with the number 14, for some of you guys that resonate with this is a foundation shift, okay? 5 talks about change, 1 and 4. 1 plus 4 equals 5. So there is something to do with change, right? If you want to talk about house placements, this is about birthing new things, creativity, romance, okay? So obviously take what resonates with that message. At the bottom, we have death. Like I said, death and transformations, 8th house, could be very significant for some of you. So let's get some other cards to see what else shows up in this energy. So boundaries are very significant at this time. Some of you guys will have your boundaries up at this time, especially right now. Okay, you guys could be protecting your energy or just protecting yourself, okay, especially when it comes to other people. So especially now that you're on this journey and you guys are aware, especially very aware, you guys received clarity about certain people, places, and things. There is something about you guys having boundaries now and protecting your boundaries, okay? So Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective at this time? Thank you. Play wanted to show up, okay? So for some of you guys, even though you have boundaries with certain people, you are still in this playful energy, okay? It's almost like you're not trapped. You're still in this playful energy. You're still able to treat people the way you want to be treated. And that could be confirmation. Mushrooms could be very significant as well. And then we also have the present time. Okay, so the present time could be very significant. At the bottom of the deck, we have connected. So again, some of you guys are connected when it comes to, divine source, right? So let me see if I can get some divination messages to see what else shows up. But yeah, your boundaries are up right now, okay? Your boundaries are up. You are in a playful energy. So some of you guys, like I said, you may have fire placements in your chart, okay? Yeah, protection. Okay, you're being protected right now at this time. Okay, so you guys are being protected at this time. At the bottom, we have knowledge, right? There is something about learning something new. So again, you guys are being protected to move forward with the knowledge that you either have or the knowledge that you're receiving or gaining at this time. Okay, so whatever information you're finding out, whatever clarity you're receiving, Spirit is saying it's okay to trust that. And of course, listen to your intuition, right? But at the same time, you guys are being protected at this time, okay? So, Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective at this time for December 10th? What do they need to know? Okay, so Spirit, there's two cards. It says stop and it says balance, okay? So there is something about you having discernment, okay? Like I said, protection is very significant. There's something that you could have stopped doing, okay? And because you stopped doing this specific thing, and of course only you will know what the specific thing is. This could be people pleasing. This could be not closing out certain cycles with people who should have been closed out. There's many things that could have happened during this time frame, okay, especially if it's a lesson that needed to be learned. Okay, so Spirit is saying that you could have stopped something, and that is what's bringing in balance, or you are bringing in balance for yourself. Okay, at the bottom of the deck we have intuition. Okay, so yeah, your intuition is very significant at this time. Your intuition could be heightened at this time. Okay. Yeah, so Spirit is saying you could be listening deeply at this time to yourself, okay? You could be listening deeply to the divine messages that you're receiving at this time, okay? So Spirit, what other messages do you have at this time for December 10th for the collective? What do they need to know for December 10th? Yeah, manifestations wanted to show up as well. So you guys have listened deeply to yourself, and now you guys are in the sense of manifestations, okay? Trying to manifest what it is that you want, but not only what you want, but what fulfills you. What makes you happy, okay? Sometimes it's good to sit down and think about things that make us feel good. So for some of you guys, this could be singing, drawing, okay, crocheting, knitting, I don't know, Lego, building Lego stacks, okay, like building those little figures with Legos, right? Playing word games. I don't know. There's certain things that some of us like to do that not everybody either does it or they do, but they don't have the same passion as maybe you do, right? And it's maybe kind of hard to find people who are very passionate about what they do, right? Because again, maybe people think, oh, you're too much or you're too this, the naysayers, right? But I always say to you guys, no matter what anybody says, always do what makes you happy. Okay, that's like me. I would never say something to you guys and not execute my own, my own words. That's like me saying do something that makes you happy and then I'm doing tarot and I'm upset like 24 times out of the day, right? It doesn't make sense. I love tarot. I enjoy tarot. I enjoy speaking to people who resonate or people who, understand the messages. I love things like that, right? So when I say to you guys, do something that makes you feel happy, it's the same thing. I would be a hypocrite to tell you to do something that makes you happy and then shoot. I'm not doing the same thing. You guys see me posting like these miserable, memes and stuff, right? So yeah, do what makes you happy. Manifest your dreams, manifest your goals. Even if other people don't believe in it, believe in yourself, okay? Believe in your magic. Remember when you were a kid and you had that magic, when you believed in everything? I mean, everything. Have that magic still, okay? Whether you're an adult or not. Okay, so courage and bravery at the bottom of the deck. Okay, that could be confirmation as well. What other messages do you have for the collective spirit? Thank you. So right away, this one says trust in divine purpose, number 34, okay? So number 7 is very significant. Like I said, the number 7 could be confirmation. Some of you guys are life path 7, okay? So if you calculate the time, not the time, if you calculate the day you were born, so the month, the day, and the year, and you basically narrow it down to simpler terms, and there's also apps as well. There's a way to do it where you can calculate it yourself, but honestly, there's apps out there that make it easier for your life. So all you have to do is just put in the information and it just calculates it for you, right? It will tell you if you're a life path 3, 4, 7, 12, 11. There's different ones, okay? So again, for some of you guys, life path 7 is very significant for you to trust in your divine purpose, okay? Your divine purpose could be similar to what maybe I'm doing, where you guys could do readings, okay? It may not be readings, but there is something about empathy and healing energy, counseling and healing energy, okay? Tapping into, divine source, seen and unseen forces, basically. So some of you guys have that gift. Even if it's not like cards, you guys either could do messages where you dream, okay? You get messages in your dreams, visions, okay? So some of you guys can like close your eyes, meditate, and you could maybe see, certain things through visions. Okay, so that could be confirmation. So let me see what else comes out. Yep, so we have here perfect timing, okay? Not sure who this is for, but there's something about perfect timing, okay? You could have done something that was done in perfect timing, okay? Especially when it comes to divine timing, this could be a sign for some of you guys. At the bottom of the deck, we have get more information, okay? So some of you guys, there's something about maybe receiving confirmation about something, or receiving a download, or receiving information, clarity about something new, a new beginning, especially with the O1 in protection, okay? O1 equals independence, leadership, and new beginnings, okay? Being a self-starter and a pioneer. So there is something about you doing something. You guys could be getting more information about this, but Spirit is saying that this is perfect timing, okay, for whoever resonates with this message, okay? But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Obviously, please take what resonates. I'm actually gonna do some charms. I almost forgot, guys. I almost forgot. So let me quickly take out a charm or two and see what resonates. Maybe I wasn't supposed to, but I always said I was going to do this at the end of my messages. So let's see. Okay, so we have here a shooting star. Okay, shooting stars could be very significant to the collective. Okay, or maybe, starseed energy. But yeah, shooting stars, initials S could be very significant. Maybe you guys have that initials in your name. Okay, we also have here a starfish, but it's really tiny. So it almost feels like someone could be like starting something new, and it almost feels like you're like the baby of this new thing, okay? Like it's really small, but even though it's small right now, it's going to turn out to be something really big, okay? That could be confirmation. We have unicorns, like I said, when it comes to believing in your magic, okay? That could be a sign for some of you. Unicorns are very mystical, so even though it's the color red, this could be about passion, okay? Ambitions, fire energy, vitality, strength, that kind of stuff, okay? Stepping into your strength, your magic, okay? And then we also have balloons, okay? So some of you guys could be celebrating something new, okay? Whatever the celebration is, you guys are celebrating a new thing. This could be, like I said, a birthday, or this could be celebrating life, or just being very abundant when it comes to gratitude, okay? So take what resonates with that. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here, guys. Like I said, please take what resonates with you. If it doesn't apply, let it fly, okay? And I'll see you next time. All right, thank you for the love and the support. I appreciate you guys always. And for those who have been on my page and supporting me, that are very consistent, I deeply, deeply appreciate you guys as well, especially for those that I do see on a regular basis who support my page and what I'm doing on my channel. I thank you guys a lot. And again, if you guys want to book a a reading or anything like that, you guys can go ahead. It's in my page by description, and you guys can follow me on YouTube. All right, guys. So thank you again, and I'll see you next time. All right, guys. Bye.